Hi, this is Sean from Fortis Fitness with a quick explanation and demonstration of the use of chains. So we're going to use the squat to do that today. The purpose of chains is to accommodate resistance. So everyone's noticed with a squat or bench press or almost any lift, it's harder in the bottom than it is at the top of the repetition. So this difference is created from a difference in mechanical advantage or leverage relative to the load given our changing posture. So all chains are doing are they're evening out or accommodating this difference in leverage. So we're going to increase the resistance as we move through the repetition. So setting up the chains, very simple, 2 rules. You want half the chains in the air and half the chains on the ground, hanging from these lighter chains at the top of the lift. In the bottom of the lift, we want all the heavy chain to be on the ground. So 3 reasons. First, we want to measure how much chain we're adding to the top of the lift. In this case, we've got 20-pound chains, so that means 10 and 10 at the top of the lift. 20 pounds we're adding to the bar weight. We also don't want the chains to swing, so having half the chains on the floor will ensure that. Finally, we want to know exactly how much we're lifting out of the bottom in just bar and plate weight with no chain at all. Kelda's going to demonstrate really quick. Thanks, Kelda. So there's some great things happening concurrently when we're using chains. First, the contrast from the top of the load, from the top of the lift to the bottom, is increasing our starting and our explosive and our reactive strengths at the same time, out of the bottom of the lift. We're also increasing our accelerating and our ballistic strengths. If we were to remove the chain, there's a natural inclination to slow down because, number one, the lift's ending, and number 2, it gets a little easier, so we're applying less force. So adding the chains back throughout the range, as more and more chain comes off the ground, we've got to fight really hard, so there's a ballistic effect, and we've got to keep accelerating throughout the entire lift in order to be able to finish it off. So at the top of the lift, overloading that range, that end of each repetition, we're also increasing our bone and our connective tissue strength, and we're toughening up our central nervous system. Absolute strength is definitely going up because all the special strengths are. Muscles are also under maximal tension for a longer period in each repetition. So if we're doing repetitions, muscular endurance is definitely increasing. And finally, there's a mental toughness because you really have to drive right to the top of the lift as more and more chain comes off the floor. So now we're going to show you how this looks on a bench press. Thanks, Kelda. Okay, now Kelda's going to demonstrate the use of the chains with the bench press, another popular lift. Same setup as with the squats, half on the floor, half in the air. Okay, and all of the same wonderful things are happening when we're using chains in the bench press. You can use chains for just about anything. You can be very creative with them. Overloading the top of the lift, and again, all the chain on the floor for the bottom of the range. Thank you, Kelda. Thanks for visiting us at fortisfitness.ca.